Okay, it's 8 o'clock, and we have four of you here already. So let's just start on time, right? Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming in today. My name is Kavitha. I'm a pharmacist by profession for the past 18 years and a doTERRA essential oil user coming to 7 years now. So today I'm going to be sharing about how you can use natural solutions to protect the physical, mental, and the emotional well-being for your children. Of course, when we are using these oils, when you are using it on your child, indirectly, you are also using it on yourself. So, I just want to share a bit about myself, coming from my background and how did I end up using essential oils, which is such an irony. Many people cannot believe that, hey, you're a pharmacist, but you use essential oils. Aren't you supposed to be advocating medication and so on? But the thing is, going back to the core of being a pharmacist, it means that we are sharing and we are passionate about health and wellness. It is not just about what you learn in university, which is medication or nutrition or supplements. It goes beyond that. And we know that there are so many faculties that can be used to help your body heal. Your body can heal if you support it correctly. So what happened to me and how I started using essential oils, being the greatest skeptic I would say in the world, because I was never thought about essential oils. I didn't know anything about it, and frankly to me essential oils just meant aromatherapy, having a candle, having a burner, and then you put water and you put a few drops of oil and it makes your room smell good. For me that was all it was. But about 7 years ago, I started using it because I have two teenage boys, and my youngest one was diagnosed with leukemia, which is a blood cancer, when he was 16 months old as a baby. And of course, the word cancer itself is a horrendous diagnosis, I would say, and it was extremely challenging for me and my husband and our family because we were with him as he went through chemotherapy as a baby for almost 2.5 to 3 years. So having gone through conventional treatment and coming out, uh, finishing, completing chemotherapy and coming out, and he was about 5 years old, where it was time to start going to kindergarten. And if you are a mother and you have a child going to kindergarten, your first worry is, the infections, the kind of viruses, the kind of bacteria that would, invade and cause issues, with fevers, cough, and flu. And that was my very top fear because, frankly, after chemotherapy, his immune system was extremely low, and any single thing can just invade him and cause a kind of infection that it takes so very long for him to recover. So that was an indication that his body was not doing well, despite my best efforts to support him nutrition wise, supplement wise, and all that. So when this essential oil fell into my radar, a friend of mine recommended, I frankly told her that I do not believe in essential oils. But she went on to educate me on how I can use these essential oils for my son. Because for me, the main concern for me at that time was I want my son to be healthy. Okay? As any mother, you want your children to be healthy. That is the top priority. Am I right? Secondly, he was always prone to having cough and flu. And because he was not a normal child, I had to buy a nebulizer at home to keep at home so that I could nebulize him. And I was not proud of myself, having all this colorful stuff in my fridge to feed him for every single symptom he had. I knew that this is not the way it should be. Okay? So this is my quest, and it has been an ongoing quest. I continue to learn, educate, share on how we can basically support the system, support the body to heal in various levels, right? So let me start sharing, yeah? Okay. So Right, so the disclaimer is here. This session is purely for educational purposes only. All right, it is not intended to diagnose or treat any health condition you or your child may be facing. And please go back to your medical practitioner or family doctor for further diagnosis. So coming back to essential oils, I've shared how I started using essential oils, how I became a believer of essential oils, despite being a very great skeptic. Now, no matter if you use essential oils or you don't use essential oils, we cannot run away from the basic foundation of good health. You cannot run away. Okay, this, and also I believe for the past year, having a viral infection globally, even the health ministry has been drumming it into us. Basic foundation of health. Eat right. You cannot run away from that. So what are you feeding your child? We find that a lot of the products that we are eating these days is so highly processed, so highly sugared, so highly colored, so highly not looking as natural as it should be. So it is back to basics for us also to provide nutrition at its most natural condition. Fruits, vegetables, clean water. If you're going to be doing juicing, make sure you are juicing it yourself instead of buying those from the carton. Read labels to know where are the hidden sugars and so on. So eating right is the basic thing to help the immune system, their focus, their attention, and so on. You cannot run away, right? Number two is exercise. Now, most children, and when I talk about children, I'm talking about 2 years to probably 11 years old where they start hitting their teens. So this is not infant and baby category. So that 2 years old onwards, you find that, exercise is not actually something that you ask them to do. They are generally always running around, playing. They are very active, So exercise, I don't think is an issue with most children. But, these days with the gadgets and all that coming in, you may need to limit those screen time so that they remember to go and play, to really go and play. Okay. Now, the third one is rest and managing stress. Now, a lot of you will say, what rest do children need? What kind of stress do children have? I have stress, not my child. My child is just there, I'm the one working, providing food, cooking, cleaning, and so on. But the fact is, a lot of children these days are not getting enough good quality sleep. If you look at your child, what time are they going to bed these days? It is actually very, very late. I have friends with children who are going to bed at 11 p.m., 12 midnight, 1 a.m., So you can imagine when they are not sleeping at the correct time, the basic or foundation of regeneration, of growth, the brain development, the physical development, the immune system, everything is compromised just from the sleep itself. So managing sleep is another thing that I would like to talk about in a while. Managing stress, this is something that comes about as they grow up. They have got anxiety, they've got anxious feelings, especially with the 1 year of, so many things. They're probably missing school, missing friends, even those in kindergarten, they are not getting back to where they are, a lot of disruptions lah. This past year, 1.5 years has been a lot of disruptions. Reducing the toxic load, this comes back to you because you as the mother, the father, you are the ketua rumah kan? Okay, you decide what you're going to use to mop your floor, your surfaces, what are you going to use to wash their clothes and so on. So this toxic load is something that many of us are not aware. Okay, because we are just buying things based on advertisement or friends' recommendation, or you read about it without really knowing what is it in that product that you're using in your home. Okay, this is very important. Now, the top two are informed self-care, which I think everybody knows now. How to wash your hands, how to wear your mask correctly, and of course to seek medical treatment when it is required. Okay, when you're not well for a period of time, please see a doctor. Do not wait too long, right? Now, let me touch on a few things that many of us may not be aware of, how we are unknowingly poisoning our families. Okay, even this I did not know. Many years ago, I did not know. And only then I realized when the information came to me and I started reading, and I was like, wow, I didn't know this. But now that we know it, we can do better. Am I right? Okay, now the first thing is the inhalation. Is your house highly fragranced? Meaning, many women especially, we have this notion that a house that smells good is a house that is clean. Okay, so we tend to have candles, we tend to have those spray fragrances, those artificial ones, maybe aerosol or not aerosol, or even those plug-ins. Those are fragrances that are chemically synthesized. So basically you are inhaling something that is synthetic, and these synthetics, they go into your system, and your body has to work harder to detoxify. Okay, now if you look at one inhalation from a synthetic product, there are other things in your house as well. Okay, so this is number 2. Skin absorption. What are you using for yourself and for your child on a daily basis? Cleanser. Children need a shampoo, a body wash. Okay, some using lotion because of certain brands. You see, oh, it smells so good, and you use it on yourself and your child. What is in that product? Now, first of all, if it has got an aroma, a fragrance, look at the ingredient. This has to be one step, okay? Because most of us just assume a lavender lotion means lavender lah, but you don't know whether it's synthetic, is it perfume, is it essential oil? What gives you that aroma? Because this is the difference of toxic and non-toxic. If you see, after this class, you go to your bathroom, ambil product, shampoo, body wash, lotion. If you see there is a fragrance, check the ingredients. Does it say essential oil, or does it say perfume, fragrance? So of course, perfume, fragrance and all that is synthetic lah, kan? So when we are applying these synthetics, some people say, I just apply on my skin only. Why have to be so, worried? The thing is, your skin is the the largest organ in your body. Whatever you apply on it, 60 to 70% masuk dalam badan. Okay? So you have to be very careful of what you're using on your child, especially if your child is already exhibiting issues like inability to focus, very fidgety. Some children have got, touch wood, cancers, chronic diseases coming in, skin issues. All these go back to these products. These basic things have to be clean because they are basically going into the system without you knowing, right? Okay, and chemical toxins. This is another one. What are you cleaning your house with? Again, we like to use a lot of fragrance product because mop lantai bagi dia bau wangi, lap cermin bagi dia wangi. We always like wangi. That's not wrong to want it to be wangi, but at what expense? So you will find that a lot of products, our cleaning product, kadang-kadang kita kena pakai glove. Nak cuci toilet kena pakai glove. And then when you cuci, dia punya vapor, it causes your eye to tear. Okay, what does this mean? It means that it's toxic to your body. If it's not toxic to your body, you will not have this coughing, your eyes tearing. You need to wear gloves when you wash your toilet or you are cleaning your surfaces. Okay, this is a red flag, right? So these toxic things that you're cleaning, you may say that, I already washed, then I pour water, so okay lah. But the fact is, these chemicals are in the air and your children are inhaling it because dalam rumah, we can control what we put in our home, right? This is your sanctuary. Kalau dah keluar rumah tu memang we cannot control kan. Exhaust lah, whatever haze kah, we cannot control. But in your home, it needs to be clean, right? So even those things that you use to mop your floor, mop lantai, after that your children are crawling or they are walking. Of course, you also walk, and in our house kita tak pakai slipper, we are barefooted. So your skin is absorbing whatever residue that is left on your floor. Another one to remember is your detergent untuk baju, right? A lot of it, of course, memang ada fragrance kan, right? So look into that as well. Those on your clothes, you wear your clothes, your children wear their clothes, it is also absorbed into their system. So now you can see how much of body burden we are indirectly, unknowingly exposing ourselves on a daily basis and our children on a daily basis to these things. So I don't recommend you to throw everything out immediately. Of course, that does not make economic sense. But slowly phase these products out. Once finished, jangan beli. Okay, tukar. Right? And I'm going to show you how to do that. Very cost effective and with a lot of savings. Save for your family and save for the environment as well. Now let's go back to the children and our concerns. Right? So when I started using, of course, my main concern was for my child. I did not want something that would cause a side effect. Of course, I am very familiar with side effects being a pharmacist, right? I did not want something that was expensive because I may not be able to afford long term. It has to be affordable, it has to be safe, it has to be effective. And I don't want something that 10 years down the road, they tell me, hey, this product you use on your son actually got this side effect. Only now we found out. Okay, now this is not possible with essential oils, especially if they are pure, because they are from a plant. It is not manufactured by anybody. It was God who put this on earth. We are basically using something that is distilled from what God put on earth to support ourselves. Okay, and there is no going to be a lavender now and 10 years there will be lavender 2.0 or lavender 3.0. No, it's always going to be lavender. So there's no more improvement that needs to be done on what God has put on earth for us, right? So for me, that is very important. So these are some of the concerns that you may be having as well, like any other parent. Immune support, clear breathing. I know I have come across so many parents who have issues, battling issues of breathing. They're always the cough, the sinus, the phlegm, the flu, right? And I always tell them that these oils are not magic. Okay, this is just one tool to help support your child's whatever issues, right? So a lot of times I find that clear breathing always goes back to the kind of food that they're eating. Maybe they're taking too much sugar. Maybe they're taking too much processed food because this is an inflammation that is happening and your body is showing you that danger zone now. Okay, do something. So we need to go back to the core of the issue as well and use the essential oil to further support the body to heal. Okay, I want everyone to get that right. This is not magic oil, right? Digestive support, because children tend to have stomach ache, sometimes diarrhea, constipation, bumps and bruises. You don't have to say lah, lagi lah if you have boys like mine. They are very active as they should be. Children should be active, and they have a tendency for that. Restful sleep, because a lot of kids now are going to bed really late and parents are pulling their hair out. I can't get my kids to go to sleep on time. How can I help? How can oils help? I will show you in a while. Focus, especially, of course, now back to school kan, but lah, we always still have got online classes, tuition maybe, and so on. How can we help them with focus? And also emotions, because a lot of times your child may not tell you how they feel. They will act it out, right? They will not come and tell you, mommy, I'm angry. Those are for children who can articulate their emotions already. But what if they are smaller? What if they are 4 or 5? They won't come and tell you, mommy, I'm angry. They will show it with their actions. They may throw a tantrum, they may break something. This is emotions, and we need to be able to support their emotions as well. So what is an essential oil? I've spoken so much about benefits. Now what is an essential oil? Essential oil actually is plant essences. They are 100% from plant. I'm so sorry about that noise. Okay, and they are derived from parts of the plant. It could be the flower, it could be the bark, it could be the seed, it could even be the root, right? And all of us, frankly, have experienced essential oils in our daily life, like it or not. You have peeled a mandarin orange before to eat. What do you smell? Essential oil. The aroma is actually essential oil. When we tumis sambal, when we put bunga lawang, bunga cengkeh, cardamom, kayu manis, when you do that, you can smell the aroma. That is the heat dispersing the essential oil out. So these are all there, and of course mankind, from beginning of mankind, I would say, There was no doctor, no pharmacy at that time, kan? We all use plant as medicine. Now, the thing about plant essential oil is there are only about, if I remember correctly, it's only 10% of the plants in the world that produce essential oil. Not any plant, right? So this is why it is actually very expensive to get these oils, number one. Number two, they need a big volume of raw material, plant material, to get that little bits of oil out. Okay, so these essential oils basically the plant produce for itself because they want to ward off predators. You know, animals are eating them. They cannot be moving. They cannot run. Correct. And of course, essential oils are also used to heal themselves as a plant. And they also use it to communicate among themselves. This is interesting, yeah? This is all from reading that I got. So now that we are using this plant to help ourselves, we need to know what kind of quality is it. You know, when I started using oils, I told you I was very skeptical because I only thought that essential oils are aromatherapy. That's it. Now, my friend went on to educate me, and I also started reading about it. There are 4 grades of what we call essential oil. Now, the first one is the synthetic. The synthetic one, like I mentioned before, usually is found in your personal care product lah. Your shampoo, body wash, body lotion, minyak urut. Okay, so if you go and look at your product, you will see behind the ingredient is not on the front. In front they will put lavender body lotion, tapi dekat ingredient perfume, there's no lavender there. Okay, so this is how you know synthetically made, of course, because it's very cheap, right? But they do not give you any benefit. It's just for fragrance, and actually they're toxic lah. Now we know that. Now the second one is the food grade. The food grade is what we put into our baked stuff. We eat them and so on. We don't want to go into the baking part. We want something for other issues now. The third grade is the therapeutic grade. There are many out there that claim they are therapeutic. And of course, we also know that the essential oil industry is not regulated by any badan. There is no governing body, not like FDA ke, SIRIM ke. Okay, anybody can come up with their own essential oil. Even you and me. We just need to distill, put a label there, pure lemongrass essential oil, your company name, and you can market it out. Who is going to check whether it's really lemongrass or not? Who? Nobody. So this is where doTERRA came in. They realized that in the market, in the industry, there is no leader that is, focusing on purity of the oil. Because when we want to talk about deriving this benefit for us, number one, the oil must be pure. Kalau tak pure, tak guna. It's actually toxic, right? So it must be pure, it must be potent. Potent means satu drop tu dah cukup, 2 drop dah cukup. Versus I have to use another brand, I need to use 10 drop. That is not potent. That is not cow. Okay? Potent. So this is what doTERRA has started doing. At that point, they realized that, hey, we need to set a standard lah. Right? So they came up with this own term, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Right? CPTG. So what does this CPTG mean? Because it's benda yang direka. Okay? So what does it mean? It means that their oils have been tested for therapeutic benefit, for purity as well. And this test, I will show you in a while what this is. Now, being the leader and setting the gold standard is not easy in any industry. We know that it means you have to go the extra mile. And doTERRA is the leading brand of essential oils in the market, even though they are not the oldest, but they are based on this criteria as well. Now, just in case you are new to essential oils, you're not started yet, but you heard so much about it. How are you supposed to choose as a knowledgeable consumer? Okay, these days we always talk about being educated consumer. All right, just like you want to buy a car, you will make some background check, on a car. So now about essential oils, this is also very important. Now the first thing is the plant quality. Where are these plants grown? How are they distilled? Are they pesticides and chemicals used in the process? Very important, because you're going to use it, apply, diffuse as well. It goes into your system. Okay. Now, number 2, what is the production practices? This is go to testing as well. what tests are done, and how are they stored. Most essential oils are stored in amber bottle, glass bottle, because we want them to be protected from the sun rays, and also because essential oils can eat through plastic. So never you find essential oil in pure essential oil in plastic bottle. Okay, so these are some of the questions that need to be at the back of your mind when you are going to purchase an essential oil. Coming back to doTERRA essential oils, they take the trouble to go all over the world to get the best quality of plants for us. Now, why they have to go through all this trouble? Kenapa nak susah sangat? You know, why can't they just get a piece of land somewhere and they plant lah lavender, peppermint, lemon, then you harvest, then you distill, then you just jual lah. Kan senang macam tu. Instead of you going all over the globe, can you see this map, how huge that is? Right, so this is a bit of the story that I would like to share. We all are very familiar with lavender essential oil. Kan lavender kalau kita dengar, we just know, oh, calming, stress. Okay, why? Why lavender? Because lavender has a chemical constituent. This is the chemistry of the plant. Bukan kita tambah ya. It has this chemistry compound called linalool. This is organic chemistry. Okay, so this linalool is the one that gives you that calming, soothing kind of feeling. Okay, so when doTERRA went around the globe, because of course in many parts of the world kan ada pokok lavender, not to say only one part of the world, Cameron Highland pun kita ada lavender juga. So when they distill it back, they found that the one in France had the highest linalool content. So this is why when you buy your doTERRA lavender essential oil, even the species of the name is there. They just bukan lavender sebarangan, because lavender family got so many sisters and brothers. So they found lavender angustifolia is the one that had the highest linalool for a lavender. So that's why doTERRA lavender comes from France. Now, if you cannot relate to that, we talk about durian. Okay, a lot of us love durian, including me. I'm from Penang. So I'm still waiting for durian season because we know balik pula durian is sangat-sangat sedap. Tapi sampai sekarang belum ada harvest lagi. So, if let's say you feel that, ayah, leceh lah nak pergi Penang nak makan durian, I want to take the biji, I want to tanam. Maybe I go to Australia, I'm living in Australia, I tanam dekat sana. Do you think the fruit that you eat will bear will have the same texture, quality, taste? Most likely not, kan? Because temperature lain, weather, everything is different, environment is different. So the plant will not be able to produce that kind of optimum fruit for you. It's the same with essential oil. This is why doTERRA goes through all that trouble to go all over the world to get us the best essential oil in a very sustainable manner. It has to be very sustainable because we want this to go on for a long time, forever if possible. Okay, so they go in and they tie hand in hand with generations of distillers that are growing and taking care of these plants like their own babies with so much of love. If you have watched some of their videos, with so much of love and care, even for that lemon that they pluck. Okay, so this is a very tedious process of testing that will be a bit boring, but I just want to touch base on it because I want you to know that there are 40 over tests done by doTERRA for every single batch of essential oil. Not 1 or 2 tests, 40 over tests. And, okay lah, you do all these tests kan. So we want to know pure or not. Alright, so this is the website you can go to. It's open to public. You just have to go there and you will see every bottle of essential oil. Like we buy medicine kan, dia ada batch number. So this one is at the bottom of the bottle. It's a 7-digit batch number. You just need to key in this batch number at that website and you will get their GCMS testing. Now this GCMS testing, for many of you, you may not be familiar, is called a gas chromatography mass spectrometry test. It shows what is the content of the bottle because like I told you, anybody can produce an essential oil and say pure. Tapi kita nak tahu pure ke tak pure macam mana. So dah buat test tu, where is the result? And who is doing this test? First of all, doTERRA in-house, they do the test. Okay? But you know lah, in-house people can cheat, right? So they also outsource it third party. So this is APRC. This is a third-party independent lab. They do tests for all essential oils that are sent there. Okay, and this is the GCMS report that is printed out on the website. Okay, this is a sample of my spearmint essential oil that I bought, and this is what a GCMS test looks like. Of course, we are not GCMS expert to decipher the result, but this is what it looks like. So it is very important to know and to be assured that you are using pure oils. If you have any other brand of essential oil out there that tell you, hey, we also do GCMS test, please request that you can see the test result, because there are many that may not want to show you the result. But for doTERRA, they are very transparent, and this is what I like, because not just you have to be a researcher or what to get that test result. You can be anyone. And as a mom, I think that we owe it to ourselves, and to our children to use a very safe product on themselves. Okay, so this is one of the things that I am very happy with when it comes to doTERRA. They are very transparent in their testing, and they are very science-based at the same time. So these are some of the websites I have used personally, because I love to read about science. And if you are keen, you can also go into these sites to have a look. So now let's start on how to use these oils for our children. There are 3 ways of using these oils. Number 1 is aromatic. Aromatic means you are breathing in the essential oil. Okay. Now these essential oils, they can affect your mood, they can cleanse the air, they can be used for restful sleep, and so many other issues as well. Number 2 is to apply topically on the skin, right? And we always dilute it with a carrier oil. I will explain on that further. Number 3, internal. I have put a big red cross because I personally do not recommend children below 12 to consume essential oils. Okay, but it's up to you. I don't recommend it. Now let's go through the aromatic way of usage. Now aromatic, like I mentioned, is to basically disperse the essential oil into the air. Now you will see there is a diffuser. A diffuser in doTERRA, that is the Lumo diffuser. A diffuser basically means it's an electrical gadget. You put water and you put a few drops of essential oil. When we are talking about children, let's say you have a 2-year-old at home and you want to have restful sleep at night, kan? You just need to use maybe 1 or 2 drops of essential oil saja. Jangan pakai 6, 8, 10 drop. It's too much. And with doTERRA, we always follow this rule of less is more. Okay, it's an irony because most people say more is better, kan? But with doTERRA, no, less is more. So we always use less drops. For a standard size room, it's about 4 drops. If you have very young children, start with 1 or 2 drops. Okay, so this diffuser, basically there is no heat, and heat will actually change the chemistry profile of the essential oil. That's why kita tak pakai lilin and all those, those days kita pakai, kan? Kita tak pakai lilin because the heat will change the chemistry and lain pula jadi. So we don't. Always use diffuser. And the other way, of course, in a very quick manner is to use your palm. Okay, I just demonstrate how to use this. I have got peppermint with me here. So you just need to tilt the bottle gently. For those of you who have never used essential oil, I'm just showing you. So you tilt, 1 drop will come nicely on top. Just be very gentle. Tak payah nak goncang-goncang semua. Just tilt gently, be a bit patient, 1 drop fall out. Rub your palms together. This is your personal diffuser. You can do this for your children in the morning before they go to school, to wake them up and so on. Ask them just close your eye. You cover the nose and the mouth area. Ask them to inhale and exhale. 1 minute. So as you do this, you are basically allowing the oils to enter their nose. I'm using peppermint, so it's very invigorating. And into your brain. Okay, the molecules are super, super small. So this is a quick way to do it when you want something fast. You don't have much time. Okay, a diffuser is used when they are there in the living space for a longer period of time. I love to use my diffuser, number 1, if they're home. Weekends, everybody is at home in my living space. So I will diffuse oils to cleanse the air. I will diffuse oils to have a happy mood. At night, I will diffuse oils for restful sleep to have good quality sleep so that when they wake up, they are fresh. Okay. Topical application means you are applying it on your skin. Like I mentioned, the skin is your biggest organ in your body, right? It's a protective layer of your body. Okay. So when you are using essential oil, like just now, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 20 over cups of peppermint tea. It's very, very potent. Okay. So we do not recommend you to apply neat on the area. We must always dilute it with a carrier oil. And the safe way to use it is to dilute. Do not feel that when I dilute with something means dia lebih cair, tak cukup pekat and tak berkesan. No. With essential oil, it is different. You have to dilute it because number one, we don't want your skin to become sensitive over a period of time. Okay, so dilution is a must. Number two, we want the essential oil to go in deeper into your skin or your muscle. Let's say ada cough or body ache and so on. You want it to go in deeper into the muscle. Number three, this is the safe way of using essential oil. Number four, it will save you a lot of money, which we all want. Okay, so do not waste your oils and use it neat without dilution. It is not the correct way. So this is the fractionated coconut oil as per photo. This coconut oil is not like virgin coconut oil, no. It has got no coconut smell. Dia tak melekit, very, very smooth, silky, and it absorbs super fast, especially in our weather, kan? We have a hot and humid weather. So we need something that is comfortable, especially for our children. Those days when I started using doTERRA, I have virgin coconut oil at home lah. So masa tu nak cuba jugalah. I don't want to use FCO. I said I want to use virgin coconut oil. The moment I apply it on my son's skin, the look on his face was like so grossed out. Like, oh my god, I'm so like orang minyak like that. So I learned my lesson from there, and I maintain using virgin coconut oil just to consume or to cook. For skin usage, is always the fractionated coconut oil. If you find that you want to use other kinds of carrier oil, let's say you have almond oil kat rumah, you have argan oil, you have got jojoba oil or avocado oil, go ahead and use it depending on the skin condition that you want to treat. Okay, now this is just a very rough jadual, I would say, to show you how very few drops that we use for a child. Okay, now when I talk about using it on a child, it's always, let's say you're using a palm dilution, you nak pakai atas tangan, let's say nak tidur malam, you want to apply, let's say 1 drop of essential oil, about 10 to 20 drops of fractionated coconut oil. Kadang-kadang tu rasa macam leceh lah, always you want to apply on your hand and so on. So I always guide you to make a roller. This is a 10 ml roller. Now for example lah, it's just a rough example. Let's say you have a 5-year-old at home. You nak buat roller untuk tidur for restful sleep. So you will need just 5 drops of essential oil. Just 5 drops only. The rest of this roller up to the neck is your fractionated coconut oil. So you see how little we use. If let's say your child is a 2-year-old, you will roughly need just 1 or 2 drops only. The rest is your fractionated coconut oil. So you see, it is a very economic way to use your oils. And this roller will last you maybe 2 months, maybe even 3 months for some people. Okay, and when you want to diffuse, you just use 2 drops or 4 drops in a standard size room. Of course lah, kalau let's say your room living space tu terbuka, windows open, then you may need more drops because you have the wind coming in, kan? But let's say if it's a closed room at night, usually kalau you have aircon on, you can just use 2 to 4 drops. I also want to stress this because some have been using it incorrectly. These are not members in my team, but before they learn how to use it correctly, they have been using their air purifier and the diffuser sekali dalam bilik. So this is a story I just want to share lah, because this lady has been using Easy Air for her son's sinus, cough and flu lah. Dah 3 tahun dia pakai, dia cakap dia pakai Easy Air, dia diffuse. So they said it's not working at all, she told me. So I said, how did you use it? So she said, I diffuse it. And then I asked her, is your aircon on? She said, yes, we sleep with aircon. Temperature is not very cold. It's just nice lah. And then I asked her, do you have any air purifier? She said, yes, the air purifier is on at the same time as the diffuser. So the air purifier, basically the function of an air purifier is to cleanse anything out of your atmosphere lah kan, dust, haze, essential oil also will be cleaned out. So if let's say you have a air purifier at home, my advice is you on your air purifier dulu, okay, clean the air. So your air purifier will signal you kan green or whatever, okay, clean, you off it, then only on diffuser. Kalau tak, you rugi sebab your air purifier is cleaning out your oil, okay, please don't do that. If aircon, you also have to be careful now because I hear the new aircon, they have haze mode. If your haze mode is on, it will also clean your essential oil that you're diffusing. So just pay a bit of attention to these gadgets that you have at home. Okay, so now let's go through very quickly the oils that I would recommend. On Guard is my favorite oil. It's one of the first oils I use for my son because, like I mentioned, I wanted to support his immune system. So this oil is a top selling oil for doTERRA, and I use it by applying it on the sole of their feet. Now they are teenagers already, so they have their own roller. Pakailah sendiri sebelum pergi sekolah, lepas tu pakai socks. Okay, and if someone is not well, or you know, last year kan MCO at home, but we go out, pergi pasar and all that, I would diffuse On Guard in the house just to kill off anything that's in the air. This one is a hot oil, so you may need to dilute it a little bit extra before you use it along the spine at night and the sole. Now the sole of the feet is a very quick way to apply that will service your whole body. If I'm not mistaken, is within 20 minutes when you apply on the sole of your feet, tapak kaki, all your body cells have been serviced by the essential oil. Okay, and tapak kaki, our skin usually is tebal sikit lah. So let's say if got any irritation, also very less incidence of that happening. Now over here, I attach a paper, a clinical paper that was done almost 11 years ago. On Guard, doTERRA On Guard versus influenza virus, yeah. Okay, so this paper actually shows and proves that On Guard essential oil basically attenuates the virus. Now attenuates maknanya it slow down the virus punya replication, because ciri-ciri virus is dia akan masuk ke dalam host, kita sebagai host, dia akan pakai kita sebagai photostat machine, and dia akan photostat diri sendiri. Okay, that is how they propagate and they invade the host, right? So all viruses have this ability, that is their sifat, right? So when we use On Guard, it slows down their replication. So photostat machine tu tak cepat sangat lah. Okay, so with this time that you have, it is your immune system that comes in to kill off the virus. Okay, On Guard is not going to kill the virus for you. Your immune system has to do it, and this is why we cannot run away from the basic food, rest, stress, exercise, and the reducing of the body burden is very, very important. And for the past year, you notice that, you know, even all the advertisements and educational health education talks have been always telling us to eat right, reduce your sugar, reduce processed food, sleep on time, manage stress, because your body can fight if you treat it right. Okay, so I want to share one testimonial here by Puan Nurul Ikin. Like me, her son was also having issues with the respiration, and using On Guard with Easy Air helped her and her son beautifully. Right, this is Easy Air. This is another favorite of mine. I use this a lot. I use this almost every day for my son before he go to sleep. I akan diffuse, I akan sapu, diluted on the chest, on the back. This is not a magic oil. It's not like when you dah sapu tu esok oh tak ada semua, tak ada sinus. Kadang-kadang tu memang akan ada sikit. Okay, but it's not as bad as tak pakai langsung. Okay, so please get that as well. For some, it just totally resolve really well and maintain well with this essential oil well and good, right? So anything respiration lah, batuk, kahak, sesama, and so on, diffuse, apply. Alright, and of course for allergies as well, this is very, very useful, and to cleanse the air. This Easy Air is also an oil that helps with restful sleep. So if you want to combine it, you may want to combine with lavender or Easy Air on its own, or with frankincense, which I'm going to talk about in a while. Right, so this is another testimony using doTERRA essential oils and, excuse me, healing very well, using it in a very proactive manner. Now, these oils are here, it's not just a first aid item, okay, because we want to maintain our health, it must be something consistent. Consistency, very, very important. Diluting it very well is also very important. Okay, this is what we mean by proactive healthcare, so that we don't end up falling sick. Even if we fall sick, we recover faster, shorter period of time. And especially, as a mom, when your child falls sick, it's not so much about forking out the money to see a doctor or to buy medicine. It's the heartache and the headache that we as mothers go through. You know, right, when your child is not well, you cannot sleep, first of all. I don't know about your spouse, but you are the one who cannot sleep, waking up to check got fever or not, got batuk or not. This is something all of us mothers go through. So when we do things in a proactive manner, frankly, I tell you, you're saving yourself more than your child. doTERRA lemon is the next one. Lemon is amazing for any kind of mucus, any kind of congestion, allergies, and of course this is a happy oil, because lemon, I'm sure all of you have smelled lemon before, kan? So it's a very happy, uplifting oil. You can diffuse it when they are doing homework. Application, I would not recommend if they're going out in the sun, because this is a sun sensitive oil. If you're applying it at areas where they are exposed to sun, they may have some rashes or irritation. So if you want to apply it, let's say they're having a cough sebelum pergi sekolah, you want to use lemon diluted, Easy Air diluted is fine, because dalam baju kan, so not so exposed lah, that is fine. You can also use it to cleanse the air. It's a happy oil and it also cleanses at the same time. Now, all essential oils basically have got cleansing properties, like it or not. Just a matter of at what degree it cleanses. If you are looking for something very strong to cleanse the air, someone is not well at home, you don't want everybody to kena, we would usually go with On Guard. It's a stronger one, right? Okay, so this is oregano. Now, oregano, most of the time I tak diffuse, because bila diffuse tu, my children will ask whether I'm making pizza or pasta, because it's a smell that we associate with food, right? So oregano ni actually is my least used oil. I pakai untuk application when they are not well, when they are already not well and I want to support their immune system to boost it more, I will use this on the sole of the feet. This is a hot oil, minyak yang panas. Maknanya bila kita nak sapu atas badan, we have to dilute it more. Let's say normal essential oil, you use 10 drop FCO. This essential oil, you use 20 drop FCO. Okay, it does not reduce the effectiveness of the essential oil, because it will reduce the irritation on the skin that you're going to apply it on. This is a very powerful immune booster, I would say. So use it when necessary. And at times when someone is not well, you want to protect everyone, you can also use it. You can also diffuse if you want. If you can accept the aroma, go ahead lah, right? So next is tea tree essential oil. Tea tree, it comes from Australia, and most of us know lah, tea tree ni untuk rashes, scrapes, wounds. So you can apply with the FCO on the area. If your child is having earache, they go swimming, or air masuk ke dalam telinga, okay, you can apply it at the outer part of the ear. We do not use essential oil inside the eye, inside the ear. We don't. Okay, these are very sensitive areas, and of course private part also no, we don't use it there, right? If you have a child that is still on diaper, having diaper rash, you don't want to end up buying something over the counter that has a lot of chemicals, fragrance, and so on. If you're not familiar with what you are using and you need some support, you can always connect with me. I can help to read ingredients for you, because this is something I've been doing for years now for the sake of my children. you can always connect with me. I can help you out a little bit, right? So this is a very safe thing to use. If your child is having a sore throat, dilute, apply at the throat area. When you are having an issue, it must be frequently used. 3 to 4 hour you kena apply. Dia bukan macam ubat. Kalau ubat sesama, you bagi sekali pagi, sekali malam, 12 hourly. No. Essential oil, they are very natural. Your body metabolize very fast. So you kena pakai kerap. 3 jam, 4 jam kena pakai. Right? Immune support, soul and spine. Why we use at the soul and the spine? Sorry, the spine is because this is where all our nerve ending meet. It's the highway, like our NKVE. So all the jaringan-jaringan saraf will meet at the spine. So when you apply at the spine, it's a very good distribution channel. So this is why we use it along the spine as well. Respiratory support, cough, flu, phlegm. This is also another one that is very good. Peppermint oil. Okay, peppermint oil is energizing. So kalau let's say they are having difficulty waking up in the morning, like mine, morning school, you can use peppermint just now, like I show you, inhale in front of them and apply it on their scalp just to keep them going. I like to mix peppermint with lavender when they have a bit of a headache. Kadang-kadang banyak sangat tuition ke, banyak sangat homework ke, banyak sangat TV ke, headache. So you can use it on the scalp as well. When they are having a fever, with medication given, you can use sponging method. Warm water in a basin, peppermint oil, use it to sponge to support the temperature so that it can be under control for a longer period of time. Indigestion, senak perut, all that as well. Respiration, aches and discomfort. Some of our children, when they are growing, they have got this called growing pains. Okay, so growing pains can happen at selected joints. Of course, if it's prolonged pain, you need to see doctor lah. But this is like a one time off, playing sports or something. Dilute and apply, and you can also apply a hot pack. Now, if you find that you are using peppermint and your child says that I feel very sleepy after using this oil, it could mean that it has the opposite effect on them. This is not uncommon. We have many even adults in our group of users. They tell me that when they use peppermint, it calms them down, they can fall asleep. And when they use lavender, which is supposed to calm them down, they feel awake. So this is something very subjective because we are all individuals. Okay, so it's something that you need to experience baru tahu. Okay, so you try it out on yourself first. Okay, Zenjaz is a digestive blend. Maknanya untuk perut. Apa-apa masalah berkenaan dengan perut, this is the oil that you use. It's blended with a couple of essential oils by doTERRA. So when you want to apply at the stomach, again, you must dilute with your fractionated coconut oil and apply there. I mentioned about respiratory drainage. Now, if you have a child like mine who is prone to sinus congestion, okay, this is an oil that helps with drainage. So you can apply it diluted at the back of the neck, not the back of the neck, the bottom of the ear. Okay, here we have drainage issue, a tube, I would say. So you can apply it here and gently just press downwards. Easy air on the nostril and the nose. Now, if your child has the tendency to always rub the nose and the eye, do not use the essential oil on the nose because nanti masuk ke dalam mata. Okay? And if termasuk ke dalam mata, please do not use water. Use some FCO, ambil tissue paper ke towel and wipe off. If you use water, essential oil tu akan masuk even deeper. Okay, please remember that. Okay, this is Madam Yvonne. She shares how she had used Digezen lah at that time. Sekarang dah tukar nama Zenjaz. Okay, basically untuk baby masa tu I just pakai 1 drop essential oil saja. The rest is FCO. So imagine that 1 drop punya kesan on her baby. Colicky baby, if you have one, you know how terrifying it can be kan. Tak tidur langsung, menangis and so on. Very traumatizing. So that was very useful for her. Lavender. Lavender, I told you from France. You need to remember lavender is for calming stress and sleep because of linalool. So any issue with your child, usually children always have some issue with skin lah, mosquito bite, bengkak, rashes, all that stuff that happens, and we need to apply something that is natural and safe. Okay, this is what you use. Even for restful sleep, diffuse it. Now the thing with restful sleep, like I mentioned earlier, start your diffuser 30 minutes before they go into the room. Okay, so let's say tonight nak pakai lavender. So you start diffuser, the diffuser has got a setting there, the timer. So you can set the timer, it will auto off. It is very safe to use. And doTERRA diffuser, frankly, I dah pakai almost 7 years. My Petal 1.0 is still working until now. Okay, so I'll teach you when you purchase the diffuser how to do a deep cleaning once a month, which is so simple with just white vinegar and water, and your diffuser lasts very long time, which is so worth it lah kan. We all want something that lasts long, worth it, and worth our money. Okay, so aches and discomforts, lavender can be used. If you find that peppermint too cooling and your child doesn't like it, go with something mild like lavender. doTERRA lavender can be used for aches and discomforts. This is how, you know, certified pure tested essential oils are very different from outside there. So when you use pure potent oils, they go beyond what you can think they can be used for, frankly. Alright, now the last two oils are frankincense. Now frankincense is known as the king of oils. It is the most expensive oil in the top 10 oils basically. And these oils come from Oman, right? They are not farmed, but they grow basically on hilltops and so on, and very tedious to go and menoreh the frankincense tree to get the resin. Okay, so doTERRA has married 4 species. And why many people like to use frankincense? Not because expensive, but because it is one of the oils that are very much studied for its properties. And one of the properties it helps with is mood balancing. Okay, we know that not just children need mood balancing, we also need mood balancing. So this oil has got alpha pionein. This is again go to chemistry compound. This alpha pionein has the ability to go into the brain. Now our brain is protected by the blood-brain barrier. It's like the ozone layer that protects our earth, right? Our ozone layer pun dah semakin nipis kan, right? So this barrier is not easy for anything to go in, drugs, medication, and so on. This is how God made it. But this essential oil can go in effortlessly. So this is why when people go into prayer, meditation, calming, intense feeling of sadness, they use oils like frankincense. It's very grounding, very rooty kind of smell. You need to experience it to know what I'm talking about. Okay, once you inhale it, you feel so calm, so zen, and it's beautiful. Okay, so besides that, it also helps to amplify any other oil you have used it with. Let's say lah, your child got batuk, dah pakai easy air satu layer, so you want to amplify that easy air, so you apply a diluted drop of frankincense on top, right? And if you want further enhancement, let's say there's a pain, you use a hot pack or hot towel for your child, so it's a bit soothing, and it also brings the oils deeper into the muscle because sakit kan, so dia boleh tahan 3-4 jam macam tu. Okay, aches and discomfort, respiratory support. So this is a beautiful oil, right? So this is another quick sharing. I'm almost at the end of the session already. I think I missed out one oil, which is deep blue essential oil. I'm so sorry. Deep blue oil, it comes in a 5 ml bottle. This is a pain relief blend. So like I mentioned, if your child is having discomforts, even if you have a daughter, who's having period pain, these days the teenagers are getting their period very early. I hear 10 years old also having period, 9 years old also having period already, and the discomforts may be there and you don't want them to be popping pills. You can apply deep blue essential oil at the lower abdomen and put on a hot pack, and you may also layer it with Zenjess. Zenjess is for cramping of the stomach. Kan masa period kita rasa macam cramping, to relieve, and also lower back pain. For some of our young girls, they do experience it, and this is one way to help the body go through that period time lah, kan? So over here I share two of my members who have been using these oils under this team, under this group, because even if you give me 3 to 4 hours to talk about oils, I will not be able to finish talking, and we are just scraping the surface of the benefits. We will guide you on how to use these oils in a very proactive manner, because there have been many people who buy oils and they do not know how to use it. They are not guided on how to use it, and this can also be very dangerous to you, because these oils are like medicine. Respect them as how you would as with your medicine. You know, you need to keep it in a safe place. Don't let your children play with it. Use it carefully, correctly, and so on. So all this is provided in our team via Telegram and also on Facebook. So now let me share how you can receive these oils into your home if you choose to, decide that you want to be able to start supporting your child and of course yourself as a parent. So this is the first kit that we have with the diffuser. I told you a diffuser is a must. It's a must to have a diffuser. It's amazing, and it's the cheapest way and the easiest way to use oil, because you just have to put oil, put water, and that's it. Everybody in the living space, you like it or not, will benefit from it, because we all have to breathe, kan? So you cannot escape lah. Okay, so these are the oils that is given there, and addition with wild orange there. This is a very citrusy, uplifting kind of oil, which helps with also with cough and flu, with focus, even with indigestion. These are 15 ml bottle. That means they are the 250 drops. The fractionated coconut oil there is 115 ml. It's a big bottle. And because this month we are participating in the Diamond Club challenge, there is a free cypress essential oil. Now, cypress essential oil is a very versatile oil, especially if you are having children who you are training with, they have bedwetting issues at night. You are training them to get off diapers at night. This oil can support their bladder. You can use it diluted at the lower abdomen just before bed. All right. Number 2, you can also use this to diffuse in the air in the room. It has a very foresty, green kind of aroma, so it's very uplifting and can be used for focus. If they are having issues with cough and flu, this oil can also help. And if they are having any aches and discomforts, this oil can also help, right? So this is a beautiful oil, 15 ml free. And on top of that, doTERRA is also gifting you, you see that tall lavender roller. Now this roller is pre-diluted, that means dah di-dilute dengan FCO. So kita just kena buka and sapu. So lavender essential oil memang is a very, very versatile oil. You can use it, keep it in your handbag. There is a saying in doTERRA lah. Kalau let's say tak tahu nak pakai minyak apa masa tu, dah panic, okay, reach for lavender or frankincense. These two oils you cannot go wrong. Temporary masa you blur tak tahu nak pakai tu, pakai ini dulu. Lepas tu baru cari. Right? Okay, now this is the second set. All are 5 ml bottles. Diffuser, cypress and lavender, 670 ringgit. Now all these sets are inclusive of membership and guidance in our team, and inclusive of delivery as well. It's all included. There's no other hidden charges. Now this is the set that I spoke about, the 10 oils earlier. These are 5 ml, 85 drops, 835 ringgit, okay? And cypress lavender is also there. So this is what I would highly recommend you to get if you are on a budget, you want something less than 1,000 ringgit. This is the complete top 10 oils. Now this is the bigger set, the same oils but botol dia semua 15 ml, 250 drop, except deep blue yang kecil tu is memang standard size 5 ml sahaja. And this one is 1,300 ringgit, 3 times the volume. If you have a budget, this would be the best deal, I would say. You are getting 3 free oils. Cypress is there, Lavender Touch, and Easy Air Touch. Easy Air Touch is the Easy Air in pre-diluted roller, so you can just keep it in your handbag or give it to your child to use it as and when they require. So this comes to an end of my session today. If you would like to connect with me, you can always look me up on social media or contact me. And if you would like to get any of these kits that I have mentioned, please get back to the person who invited you to this session today. I would also like to remind all of you not to get your essential oils from online markets, like Shopee or Lazada and so on, because doTERRA does not acknowledge people selling there. Number one is because we do not know these oils are really pure or not, and you find that their prices are ridiculously low, even lower than the member price that we are getting. And they have even bought and tested a lot of these oils. It is not what they say it is that is labeled, and this is actually very, very dangerous for us who are using it. We want to have better health, not other issues coming up from using adulterated oils, meaning they have taken the bottle, they may have emptied half or three-quarter out and fill up with other things inside. So please be very, very careful about this. Okay.